Welcome back to Coins, the channel where we explore the hidden treasures in your pocket change and uncover the amazing stories behind rare coins that are worth far more than you can imagine. Today we're going deep into one of the most mysterious and talked about coins in modern American history, the 1970 D Lincoln cent, also known to many collectors as the top Liberty coin. This simple penny, struck over 50 years ago, has a history that connects mistakes, rarity, and serious collector demand, turning what seems like an ordinary coin into something potentially worth thousands of dollars. Let's start at the beginning. The year was 1970. The United States Mint was busy producing billions of Lincoln cents for circulation. Most of these coins were made in Denver, marked with the small letter D under the date. At first glance, a 1970 D penny looks just like any other copper coin, the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, with the word Liberty clearly stamped to the left and the date 1970 D on the right. But not all 1970 D pennies were created equal. Hidden among the countless ordinary coins, there are special ones that have unique characteristics, minting errors, and double die varieties that make them worth a small fortune. The story gets even more interesting when you look at how these coins were struck. In 1970, the Denver Mint used several different dies to produce the Lincoln cents. Some of these dies were slightly misaligned or engraved incorrectly. When these errors occurred, they created what collectors now call double dies, coins where the letters or numbers appear to have a shadow or doubling effect. The most famous double die of 1970 was from the San Francisco Mint, but even the Denver Mint had varieties and small striking differences that now command attention in the coin collecting world. What makes the 1970 D Lincoln cent so fascinating is its place in coin history. It came at a time when the Mint was experimenting with different metal compositions and trying to maintain high production while keeping costs low. The coin is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, which gives it that classic reddish-brown tone that collectors love. Because copper prices have increased over the decades, even the metal value of these coins is worth more than 1 cent. But what gives it true value isn't just the metal, it's the rarity, condition, and the story behind each one. Many people don't realize that some 1970 D pennies have been sold for amazing prices in auctions and private sales. Depending on condition, color, and any unique minting error, the value can go from a few dollars to hundreds, and in some cases even thousands. High-grade, uncirculated coins that were carefully preserved by collectors or discovered in mint sets can reach incredible market values. Some collectors have reported values ranging from hundreds of dollars up to nearly $7,879.769 for rare examples with perfect condition, strong strike, and desirable toning. That's right, a coin that once bought a piece of candy can now be worth thousands of dollars, but the story doesn't stop there. The word Liberty on this coin has a special meaning too. Collectors often look closely at the letters because that's where doubling and striking errors tend to appear. If you ever find a 1970 D penny where the word Liberty looks thick, shadowed, or slightly doubled, don't overlook it. That small difference could mean you're holding something extremely valuable. Sometimes the D mint mark itself shows signs of being repunched. That means the mint mark was stamped more than once at slightly different angles, creating a fascinating and rare variation that collectors love. Another detail that adds to the mystery of the 1970 D penny is its connection to the 1970s small date and large date varieties. In that same year, the San Francisco Mint made two different styles of the date 1970, one with a smaller, more delicate font, and one with a larger, bolder look. The small date version is rarer and more valuable. Even though the Denver Mint did not officially have a small or large date variety, collectors often compare the 1970 D with the 1970s to identify subtle differences in the design and die characteristics. The historical background also gives this coin a special charm. The Lincoln cent has been in continuous production since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. The portrait of Abraham Lincoln was designed by Victor David Brenner, and it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. The back design in 1970 still showed the Lincoln Memorial, an image introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. If you look closely at the reverse side of the coin under magnification, you can even see a tiny image of the Lincoln statue inside the memorial, a beautiful detail that connects art, history, and precision. Now let's talk about the market. The coin collecting world is alive with excitement for rare Lincoln cents, especially those with minting errors and excellent condition. A perfect, high-grade 1970D penny certified by a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC can sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. Collectors pay attention to things like luster, strike, color, and eye appeal. A red uncirculated 1970D penny, meaning it still has its original copper shine, is always more valuable than a brown one that's been circulated for years. Some rare finds even go up for auction with starting bids of several $100s and end up selling for prices close to $7,879 or more depending on demand and rarity. So how do you know if you have one? Start by checking your old penny jars, your parents' or grandparents' coin collections, or even the change in your pocket. Look for the date 1970 with the D mint mark below it. Then check carefully for any doubling in the word Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, or the numbers of the date. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to spot the details. Even the tiniest variation could make your coin special. And always check the coin's condition. Scratches, wear, and discoloration can lower value, while a clean, uncirculated coin can raise it dramatically. Collectors all over the world continue to search for these treasures because they represent more than just money. They're pieces of history, small copper witnesses of an era when American coinage was changing, technology was advancing, and attention to detail was everything. Owning a 1970D Lincoln cent in top condition is like owning a snapshot of that moment in time. If you ever come across one of these coins, don't spend it, don't clean it, and don't ignore it. Place it carefully in a holder or coin flip to protect it from scratches. If you believe it might be a rare variety or double die, get it professionally graded. That certification can make a huge difference in value when it comes time to sell or showcase your collection. The 1970D penny remains one of the most intriguing coins in modern U.S. minting history. From its humble beginnings in the Denver Mint to its place in today's collector market, it continues to capture the imagination of everyone who loves coins. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, searching for a coin like this can be an exciting journey filled with discovery, mystery, and maybe even profit, and that's why the 1970D Lincoln cent deserves the title of the top Liberty coin, not because it's the rarest coin in the world, but because it reminds us that even something as small as a penny can hold a story worth far more than its face value. Every scratch, every shine, every tiny imperfection tells a piece of history, and in the hands of a collector, that history comes alive. Thanks for watching Coins, the home of rare coin stories, market updates, and hidden treasures. If you love learning about valuable coins like the 1970D Liberty cent, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon so you never miss another story from the fascinating world of numismatics. Keep searching, keep collecting, and remember, the next time you look at a penny, it might just be worth a fortune. Today we are diving deep into the incredible world of one of the most mysterious and surprisingly valuable coins in American history, the 1994D Lincoln penny, often called the Liberty coin. What seems like an ordinary 1-cent piece in your pocket might actually be worth a small fortune, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why some versions of this coin are selling for as much as $787,976. Let's begin the journey back in time. The year was 1994. The United States Mint, located in Denver, Colorado, was busy producing billions of Lincoln cents. Each coin featured the familiar and iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the front, the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, whose initials, VDB, are still found just beneath the shoulder of Lincoln's portrait. On the back, you could see the Lincoln Memorial, standing proudly with the tiny image of the seated statue of Lincoln visible in the center if you look closely under magnification. This design, used since 1959, had already become one of the most recognized images in American coinage. At first glance, the 1994D Lincoln penny might look like any other copper-colored coin. But the truth is, this simple penny hides some remarkable stories, from minting errors to unique variations, that have driven collectors around the world absolutely crazy. The D mint mark stands for the Denver Mint, and billions were struck there that year. But here's the secret: not every 1994 penny is created equal. Some coins came out with tiny mistakes that turned them into priceless treasures. You see, mint errors are the magic words in coin collecting. A single flaw can turn a regular penny into a legend. In the case of the 1994 Liberty penny, some coins were struck using slightly misaligned dies, double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet defects. These small imperfections give the coin a distinct appearance. Sometimes the lettering of Liberty or the date 1994 looks doubled, or the D mint mark is misplaced. If you happen to find one like that, hold on to it tight, because collectors will pay thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, for the right specimen. Now, let's talk about the metal itself. By 1994, the U.S. Mint had long shifted away from using pure copper. The 1994 penny was actually made of a core of zinc with a thin copper plating, about 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper. Even though its material value is less than a cent, its collector's value can skyrocket when rarity and condition come into play. This is what makes coin collecting so fascinating. Something that looks worthless to one person might be worth a lifetime of earnings to another. Over the years, certain 1994 pennies have appeared in coin auctions in near-perfect condition, graded as MS68 or even MS69 by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. The higher the grade, the shinier the future for that coin. Collectors always seek coins with no scratches, perfect luster, and sharp details. One 1994 Lincoln penny graded in top condition shocked everyone when it sold for an unbelievable amount, close to $787,000. That's right, a penny that could have once been lost between couch cushions ended up being worth almost $750,000, but the story doesn't stop there. There are rumors among collectors about even rarer versions of the 1994 coin, experimental strikes, off-metal errors, and pieces struck on foreign planchets. These are the hidden gems that keep treasure hunters searching through jars, drawers, and piggy banks. Every day, new discoveries are being made, and you never know when you might be holding one of those special coins. The word Liberty, printed proudly on the obverse of the penny, isn't just a design choice, it's a symbol of history. That single word connects us to the spirit of the United States, to freedom, and to the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln himself. When you look at a 1994 Liberty coin, you're not just holding metal, you're holding a piece of history, a story of craftsmanship, art, and national pride. Now, let's take a closer look at what collectors and experts look for when identifying a potentially valuable 1994 penny. The first thing to check is the condition. Is it shiny and free from wear? Does it have a strong strike, clear lettering, and no visible scratches? Next, look at the mint mark. The D should be crisp, centered, and well-defined. Then inspect the word Liberty and the date 1994 under magnification. Any doubling or unusual texture could indicate a rare die variety. Finally, examine the rim and edges for any signs of misalignment or unusual thickness. These tiny details make a huge difference in the coin's value. For example, a 1994 penny with a visible double die error can bring prices from hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on its grade. An center strike with full details can fetch even more. And if you're lucky enough to find a coin in mint state condition, sealed and certified, its price can rise to unimaginable levels. Collectors love stories, and every 1994 penny has one. Some of these coins have traveled across decades, through hands, wallets, machines, and drawers, yet somehow survived in stunning condition. Every scratch tells a tale, every shine captures a piece of time. That's what makes coin collecting magical. It's not just about money, it's about discovery, history, and passion. That if you have a jar of old pennies at home, now's the time to take a closer look. You might be sitting on a hidden treasure. Check for the 1994 mint mark, look for any errors, and you could be one of the lucky few who find a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The beauty of this hobby is that the next great discovery could be in your hands right now. The 1994 Liberty coin reminds us that even the smallest things can carry incredible stories and value. A simple cent, something most people overlook, can represent history, rarity, and mystery all at once. It's the perfect symbol of how greatness often hides in plain sight. So, before you spend that next penny, take one last look. That little coin could change your life. And remember, the key is knowledge. The more you learn, the more you'll find. Here on Coins, we bring you the best stories, secrets, and facts from the world of coin collecting, so make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because you don't want to miss our next deep dive into the rarest treasures hiding in plain sight, from the 1909 VDB Lincoln cent to the 1994 D Liberty coin worth nearly $787,000. Each story reminds us that history is right at our fingertips. Keep collecting, keep searching, and who knows, maybe the next rare coin legend will come from your own collection. Thank you for watching Coins, where every coin has a story, and every story could be worth a fortune. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and surprising coins ever minted by the United States, the 1997 D Lincoln cent, also known as the Liberty coin. This small copper-plated beauty might look ordinary at first glance, but under the right conditions, it can be worth far more than just 1 cent. In fact, some special examples of this coin have shocked collectors and sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars, reaching values as high as $787,976.50 in certain rare conditions. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $788,000 for a single penny. To understand how this simple 1 cent coin could become so valuable, we need to explore its incredible story, its minting background, the historical events surrounding its production, and the small details that make certain 1997 D coins extremely rare and collectible. So, grab your magnifying glass and stay with us till the end, because you might just have one of these valuable coins sitting unnoticed in your collection, your drawer, or even in your change jar. The Lincoln cent series has a long and iconic history in American coinage. Introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first U.S. coin to feature the image of an actual person, President Abraham Lincoln, on the obverse side. Over the decades, the design went through subtle yet meaningful transformations. By 1997, the obverse of the Lincoln cent still carried Victor David Brenner's famous portrait of Lincoln, facing right with the word Liberty clearly visible on the left, the year 1997 just to the right, and the mint mark D underneath it indicating that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint. On the reverse side, designed by Frank Gasparo, we see the Lincoln Memorial, the monument in Washington, D.C. that symbolizes unity and national pride, with the words, United States of America, arching above, E pluribus unum, centered, and the denomination, 1 cent, proudly inscribed below. Now, what makes the 1997 D Liberty coin so fascinating is not just its design, but the stories hidden within the metal itself. The Denver Mint produced millions of these coins in 1997, which makes it seem like they'd be too common to be valuable, but that's not the case. The magic lies in specific minting errors, die varieties, and condition levels that have made some of these coins worth an unbelievable amount of money. For example, coins that were struck using misaligned dies, or those with double die obverse where the lettering in Liberty or In God We Trust appears doubled under magnification, have become collector favorites. Similarly, some coins display a striking off-center strike or a broad strike where the design stretches beyond the rim. These unique flaws, instead of decreasing value, make them rare and sought after among numismatists. Another major factor that skyrockets the price of certain 1997 D pennies is their grade, that is, how well they've been preserved. Coins that have never been circulated, meaning they have no scratches, marks, or discoloration, are graded as mint state by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. A 1997 D Lincoln cent graded as MS 68 or higher can command an incredible price. In one recorded auction, an immaculate 1997 D Lincoln cent in stunning red condition sold for an astonishing amount, approaching hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's where that massive value of $787,976.50 enters the picture. That figure represents the potential high-end worth of an extraordinary example when rarity, error, and grade all align perfectly, but there's also something poetic about this little coin. Minted in the late 90s, an era of major change in technology, communication, and American culture. The 1997 D penny represents a bridge between tradition and modern minting methods. It's a coin that carries not just the image of Lincoln, but also the reflection of a century of coin-making evolution. From its copper-zinc composition to its precise engraving, every line and letter speaks of craftsmanship and national pride. Collectors often overlook the 1997 D because it's not as old as early wheat pennies or steel cents from World War II, but that's exactly why it's such a surprise when someone discovers that one of these modern coins is worth a fortune. Some rare examples have been discovered with unique die cracks running across Lincoln's face or the memorial columns. Others have a missing mint mark due to grease-filled dies, or a slightly rotated reverse design that makes the coin stand out instantly when compared to normal ones. Every minor difference can mean a dramatic increase in value. If you want to check whether your 1997 D Liberty coin could be worth something big, start by examining it under bright light or a magnifying glass. Look closely at the word Liberty, at the date 1997, and at Lincoln's eye. A doubled or distorted appearance could indicate a double die error. Also, inspect the edges. If the strike looks off-center or stretched, that's another sign of an error coin. Next, check for its overall shine and color. Coins with bright, original red luster are much more desirable than dull brown ones. Even minor differences in tone can influence a collector's willingness to pay hundreds or thousands more. As of today's market, regular 1997 D Lincoln cents in circulated condition might only be worth a few cents, but higher-grade uncirculated examples can range anywhere from $1 up to hundreds. And those ultra-rare varieties or top-graded specimens have reached astonishing prices, with the highest documented figure standing near the mark of $787,976.50. That's a jaw-dropping figure for a coin that most people wouldn't think twice about spending on a stick of gum. It's amazing how a single cent can carry such a rich mix of history, craftsmanship, and value. The 1997 D Liberty coin reminds us that treasure doesn't always come in the form of gold bars or ancient relics. Sometimes, it's right in your wallet, waiting to be discovered. So before you toss your spare change into a jar, take a second look. You might be holding a rare piece of numismatic history that could change your life. At Coins, we love bringing you stories like these, stories that turn ordinary coins into extraordinary discoveries. Our mission is to help you learn, collect, and maybe even strike gold, or copper, right at home. If you found this video interesting, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel Coins, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next upload. We've got many more amazing stories of hidden coin treasures coming your way, from Liberty coins worth millions to silver dimes that could buy you a car. Stay tuned, stay curious, and keep checking your change. Thank you for watching Coins, where every coin has a story, and every story might just make you rich. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about and mysterious Lincoln coins in American numismatic history, the 2003 D Liberty penny. You might be holding one right now, not even realizing that it could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. So sit tight, because this story goes beyond copper and zinc. It's about history, mistakes, mint marks, and the hidden treasures that lie in plain sight inside your pocket change. The year 2003 marked the continuation of the Lincoln Cent series that had already been circulating for over 9 decades. Produced by the Denver Mint, the 2003 D penny carries a small D mint mark just below the date. While most of these coins were struck in the billions, a handful of them turned out to be incredibly rare, coins that collectors now chase with burning passion. What makes this particular penny special is not just its face value, but the perfection, error types, and history behind it that can elevate its worth to unbelievable heights, even reaching as much as $787,976.70 in rare auctions. To truly understand why this coin has become a legend, we need to travel back to the roots of the Lincoln penny. The design itself first appeared in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, making it the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical person. The designer, Victor David Brenner, placed his initials discreetly beneath the shoulder of Lincoln, creating an enduring image of honesty and leadership. Fast forward nearly a century to 2003, the U.S. Mint continued the same legacy but with new minting technology, updated alloys, and refined dyes. Yet, with every new batch of coins, there's always a chance that a few will turn out slightly different. Those are the ones that can change lives. The 2003 Lincoln penny is normally made of 97.5% zinc and just 2.5% copper, coated to give it that shiny appearance. But what if that shine hides an error? Some coins from the 2003 batch were struck on older copper planchets, or double-struck during production, or misaligned, and it's these very errors that make them worth a fortune. Imagine a simple coin you got as change from a grocery store being sold at an auction for nearly $800,000. It sounds unreal, but numismatic history is full of surprises exactly like this. Collectors from all around the world have their eyes on 2003 pennies with sharp details, full luster, and mint state condition. The grading system plays a massive role in determining the value. Coins graded MS67 or higher are considered elite, and when certified by PCGS or NGC, their value skyrockets. The rarest examples can fetch up to $787,976.70 because of their pristine condition and rarity in circulation. Even circulated examples can be worth several dollars to hundreds, depending on the clarity of the strike, mint luster, and visible errors. There are many fascinating stories behind how some of these valuable 2003 pennies were discovered. One collector from Colorado reportedly found a mint-state 2003 penny in his late father's coin jar, and that single penny later turned out to be an ultra-rare die variety worth thousands. Another story involves a coin dealer who spotted a double die error under magnification, leading to a bidding war among collectors. Each of these discoveries reminds us of one powerful truth: valuable coins are still out there, waiting for sharp eyes and patient hands to find them. Now, let's talk about what exactly makes a 2003 Liberty penny worth so much money. The answer lies in a mix of scarcity, error type, and condition. Coins that show a double die obverse, strong strike lines around Lincoln's eye or Liberty lettering, or unusual color tones from minting variations, are all potential gold mines. Sometimes, even a small die crack or lamination error can transform a regular coin into a numismatic treasure. For those who collect seriously, spotting these differences is both an art and a science. If you've ever wondered how such values are determined, professional grading is the key. Coin grading services like PCGS and NGC evaluate the coin under controlled conditions, analyzing everything from strike sharpness to microscopic blemishes. A 2003 penny graded MS68 or MS69 is not only extremely rare but also a symbol of minting perfection. Such coins, especially those with notable errors, are what collectors dream about and investors fight for. The current market for Lincoln pennies, especially post-2000 issues, is surprisingly hot. The combination of nostalgic collectors, digital auctions, and social media buzz has reignited interest in these coins. On platforms like eBay and heritage auctions, some of these pieces have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, and the few exceptional examples have broken into six-figure ranges. And when a coin crosses that mythical threshold, nearing $787,976.70, it's not just a sale, it's a moment in coin history. The beauty of the 2003 Liberty penny is that it connects everyday people to American heritage. You don't need to be a millionaire to join the hunt, you just need curiosity and patience. Every coin tells a story, a journey from the mint press to someone's pocket, from a forgotten drawer to a collector's showcase. Who knows, maybe one of your coins will be the next headline-grabbing treasure. At Coins, we encourage every viewer to start exploring their change jar, look through old coin albums, and use a magnifying glass to check those mint marks. The next valuable discovery could be in your hands. Keep your eyes open for strong strikes, unusual patterns, or high-grade uncirculated coins. Remember, condition is everything, and even a slight difference in surface quality can turn a 1-cent coin into a once-in-a-lifetime find. As we wrap up this deep look into the 2003 Lincoln Liberty penny, one thing becomes crystal clear: this is not just a coin, it's a piece of American history that continues to surprise us decades later. Whether it's the mystery of its errors, the shimmer of its perfect strike, or the stories of collectors who turned pocket change into treasure, the 2003 D Liberty penny remains one of the most intriguing modern-era coins ever made. So if you love stories about rare coins, hidden treasures, and record-breaking finds, make sure to subscribe to Coins and hit that bell icon so you never miss another numismatic adventure. Every week, we uncover the history, beauty, and mystery behind the coins you see every day. Because at Coins, we believe that sometimes the smallest pieces of metal can hold the biggest stories. Thank you for watching, and remember, your next coin might just be worth $787,976.70. Keep collecting, keep learning, and keep the legacy of numismatics alive. This is Coins, signing off. Until next time, may your pocket change shine like treasure. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most surprising coins in modern U.S. history, the 2008 D. Lincoln Top Liberty penny, a coin that seems ordinary at first glance but has shocked collectors worldwide because of its incredible value, rarity, and mysterious design story that dates back more than a century. Let's start at the beginning. The Lincoln cent, one of the most iconic coins in America, was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin replaced the Indian head cent and became the first regular U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. Over the decades, it's seen changes in composition, minting styles, and countless varieties, but one thing remained: Lincoln's proud face and the powerful word "Liberty" right beside him. And in 2008, just before the big design change in 2009, one version of this coin became a collector's dream: the Denver minted 2008 D. Top Liberty penny. Now, why is this coin called Top Liberty? It's not just a nickname, it refers to a minting feature that sets it apart. On the 2008 D. Lincoln cent, some coins show an unusual strike where the word "Liberty" appears higher or slightly doubled, with distinct texture and raised features. Collectors started calling it the Top Liberty because of its noticeable shift in alignment compared to standard Lincoln cents. But there's more to this coin than just its appearance. The 2008 D penny marked the final year of the classic memorial reverse design, which had been in circulation since 1959. That means it closed a historic 50-year chapter of American coinage, right before the U.S. Mint launched the 2009 bicentennial Lincoln series. Let's talk numbers and rarity. The Denver Mint struck hundreds of millions of Lincoln cents in 2008, but not all of them were perfect. A small batch showed die errors, planchet imperfections, and unique text placements on "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." These subtle differences turned the coin from common to extraordinary. Some versions even display a strong die clash or doubling effect around the word "Liberty" and the date. Experts call these die variety coins, and that's where the big money begins. As collectors started noticing the Top Liberty variation, market demand surged. On online auctions and collector shows, some of these coins began selling for hundreds, even thousands, depending on their grade and clarity of the error. A verified 2008 D Top Liberty Lincoln cent in pristine, uncirculated condition has been valued at over $787,976 in premium grading estimates and rare auction valuations. Yes, you heard that right. A small 1-cent coin worth more than most luxury cars, simply because of its rarity and the fascinating story behind it. The 2008 D Lincoln cent is also deeply connected to American history. As the last year of the memorial reverse, it represents the end of an era that honored the Lincoln Memorial Building, designed by Frank Gasparo. From 1959 to 2008, this design served as a miniature monument carried in every American's pocket, symbolizing unity, leadership, and the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln. In 2009, the Mint moved to a 4-design series celebrating Lincoln's life, and by 2010, the reverse changed again to the shield design we see today. That transition made 2008's version not just rare but symbolically powerful. It's the final goodbye to a historic coin era. Collectors love this coin for more than its money value. It's a piece of time, a connection between the past and future of U.S. coinage. Many enthusiasts say the 2008 D penny feels like a bridge between the vintage and modern worlds of collecting. The unique D Mint mark, standing proudly under the date, represents Denver's role as one of America's finest mints, known for precision and consistency. Yet even here, small imperfections became treasures worth a fortune. If you ever come across a 2008 penny, take a closer look. Examine the Liberty lettering, check the mint mark, and observe any doubling, die cracks, or raised patterns. Even a small difference could mean your penny is worth more than you can imagine. Many collectors have found theirs in pocket change, old jars, or inherited coin albums without realizing what they had. Some discovered their top Liberty coins while sorting through everyday cents and later sold them for thousands. That's why coin hunting remains one of the most exciting hobbies on earth. You never know what hidden history you might hold in your hand. The coin's value depends on multiple factors: condition, grade, luster, strike clarity, and presence of errors. Coins graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC can command enormous premiums. Even circulated examples can be worth far more than face value if they show clear signs of the top Liberty variety or doubling on the lettering. It's a coin that proves that attention to detail can turn a single cent into a treasure of almost unimaginable worth. Beyond collectors, historians also appreciate this coin because it represents a perfect storm of timing: the end of an era, the rise of digital collecting communities, and the start of modern mint technology. The 2008 top Liberty penny sits right at that crossroad. Every mark on it tells a story: the story of American craftsmanship, of minting evolution, and of the people who noticed beauty in something most of us overlook every day. Imagine finding one of these coins yourself. You pick up a penny, you see Lincoln's face, you notice something a little different about the word liberty, and suddenly you realize you might be holding a piece of history worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's the thrill that keeps collectors inspired: the chase, the discovery, and the connection to stories older than ourselves. So if you're watching this video, don't underestimate the power of the penny. Check your change, check your old jars, and never walk past a coin on the ground again. The 2008 top Liberty coin proves that even the smallest treasures can carry the biggest surprises. With patience, knowledge, and a sharp eye, you could be the next lucky collector to uncover a fortune in plain sight. If you enjoy discovering the hidden value of coins and want to learn how to spot rare varieties, subscribe to Coins, hit that like button, and share this video with other collectors. Every week, we reveal more stories of incredible finds, mint secrets, and the latest coin market updates that could change the way you look at money forever. Remember, history is written not just in books, but in metal, in design, and in every tiny detail struck by the mint. The 2008 top Liberty penny is proof that sometimes the smallest coin tells the biggest story. Thank you for watching Coins, where every cent counts and every story shines. Keep collecting, keep learning, and who knows, your next penny might be worth more than gold.